Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to explain nominal pi method. In this method, capacitance of each conductor is divided into two halves. One half being lumped at sending end side and another half being lumped at receiving end side. So you can see here. So this is the half of the capacitance which is lumped at sending end side, and this is the another half of the capacitance, so which is lumped at receiving end side. From this circuit, it is clear that sending end side capacitor has no effect on line drop. So see here, sending end side capacitance has no effect on this line drop, but it must be added to its current must be added to the line current in order to get sending end current, right? So next I am taking the phasor diagram for this. So by drawing the phasor diagram, so we can derive efficiency and regulation equations. So next I am taking phasor diagram. To draw the phasor diagram, first we should consider one vector as a reference. So in this I am taking VR, receiving end side voltage, as my reference. So first draw the VR vector on x-axis. So therefore this is my reference vector VR. I am taking it on x-axis. So this is VR. So after that, start from receiving end side, go to sending end side. So here our aim is to calculate sending end voltage. So our aim is calculate sending end voltage. So for that I am starting from receiving end and going to the sending end side, right? So first I taken VR as our reference. So after that I am taking IR current. So IR current lags the VR because this load I am assuming as inductive load. Okay, in power system most of the loads are inductive loads only. So therefore I am taking this is the inductive load. So for inductive load, current IR lags VR by some less than 90 degrees. So draw this vector. So IR lags VR by some less than 90 degrees. So I am taking here. So this is the IR vector. Okay. So after that, once you see the circuit diagram, so at this node, at this particular node, if you apply the KCL, so from the KCL, IL is equal to IR plus IC1, right? What is the KCL here? At any node or junction, sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. So from that, so here for this particular node, only one incoming current, that is IL, and these two are the outgoing currents, right? So therefore sum of incoming currents, that is IL, is equal to sum of outgoing currents, that is IR plus IC1, right? So from this it is clear that IL is equal to IR plus IC1. So this is the vector sum, right? So to get IL, so we should add IC1 to the IR, right? So first to draw IC1 vector, right? So what is IC1? This is the current flowing through the capacitor, right? Current flowing through the capacitor. For capacitor, current flowing through the capacitor leads the voltage by 90 degrees. So what is the voltage across this particular capacitor? VR is the voltage because load and capacitor both are in parallel. So in parallel condition, voltage is same, right? So voltage across the load is given, that is VR. So in this case we can take voltage across the capacitor also VR because these two are in parallel, right? So therefore voltage across capacitor is VR and current is IC1. So if you want to draw IC1 vector, this should lead the VR by 90 degrees, right? So that means it will be like this. So this is IC1, right? So to get line current, we have to add this IC1 to IR. So therefore I am taking from IR. So same parallel line I am taking. So this is the parallel line for IC1. Just I am adding this IC1 to the IR. Now resultant of these two vectors, resultant of IR and IC1 becomes IL. That is the line current. IL. So this is the resultant of IR and IC1, right? So IL we got. So after that, add these two drops to the VR, then you will get the VS, right? So therefore first I am taking the I into R drop. So IR drop which is in phase with the current IL, right? So take IR vector, so which is parallel to the IL. So this vector is IL into R. So it is parallel to the IL, right? So after that take another vector, that is IL XL vector. So same amount of current flowing through the inductance also. So therefore here also we will get some voltage drop. So how much voltage drop we got here? IL into XL. So therefore draw the IL XL vector. So we know that should be in perpendicular to ILR. So this is the IL XL vector. Okay. So now resultant of these three becomes VS. Because see here, so this is the VS. These two are in parallel. So this source side and means sending end side and sending end side capacitor both are in parallel. So therefore voltage across the capacitor, sending end side capacitor, is VS only, right? So to get VS, so from the case KVL, it is clear that VS is equal to voltage across this particular capacitor plus drop in the line. Yes or no? Voltage across this particular capacitor and drop in the line. So therefore to get VS, first take voltage across this particular capacitor. How much it is? VR plus if we add the line voltage, means if we add the voltage drop across the line, then we will get the sending end voltage, right? So therefore resultant of VR, IR, IXL becomes sending end voltage. So this is VS. So now we got a vector for sending end voltage. So this is the VS. So next I want sending end current, right? So what is the sending end current? Apply KCL here. Apply KCL for this particular node. So what are the incoming currents here? Only one incoming current, IS. So therefore incoming current IS is equal to, what are the outgoing currents here? IL and IC2, right? So to get IS, sending end side current, add IC2 current to the IL, right? So this is also vector sum. So now add IC2 to the IL. So where is IC2? So this is the IC2 current which is flowing through the capacitor. Okay. So what is the voltage across this particular capacitor? Vs is the voltage. So therefore if you want to draw this IC2 vector, that should be in leading to the sending end voltage, right? So draw IC2 vector which should be leading to the Vs, right? So here I am taking, so this is a Vx vector, so this is perpendicular to Vs, so this is IC2. So if you extend this should be perpendicular to Vs. So now resultant of IL and IC2 is sending end side current, IS. So this is the sending end side current, IS. So angle between Vs and Is is sending end side power factor angle, and angle between VR and IR, is receiving end side power factor angle, that is pi r. So this is the complete phasor diagram for nominal pi method. So from this phasor diagram we can write line current is equal to line current IL is equal to, so we can write line current IL is equal to IR plus IC1. So this is the vector sum. IL bar is equal to IR bar plus IC1. So from this we can write charging current IC1. So this is the current flowing through the capacitor at the receiving end side. Okay. So therefore charging current we can write it as J omega C by 2 into VR, because it is connected across receiving end side. It is connected to the receiving end side. So next I am taking the current for sending end, that is IS bar is equal to, so we can write line current IL plus IC2. So here IC2 is the current through the capacitor which is lumped across the sending end side. So therefore IC2 becomes J omega C by 2 into Vs. So already I have explained about charging current, and I derived this relation how it will come. So once see my previous lectures, so you will get a clear idea about this. So in this I directly written the formula, right? So next we can write the sending end side voltage equation. So Vs is equal to, so what is the Vs here? Vr plus ILR drop plus IL XL drop. So that we can write like this. So Vs bar is equal to Vr bar plus first write this drop IR into R drop, IR into R drop plus J IL into XL drop, right? So from this we can write a VR bar plus, if you take IR common, R plus J XL, right? So therefore Vs is equal to VR bar plus IR bar into R plus J XL is the impedance value, Z bar, right? So therefore Vs is equal to VR bar, Vs bar is equal to VR bar plus IR bar into Z bar. So this is the equation for sending end voltage. So this is the equation for sending end voltage. By using these equations we can derive regulation efficiency of this particular transmission line. Thank you.